This is the Maven 3. It uses a 3D printed titanium shell. Despite being metal, it's remarkably lightweight, smoothly rounded and almost as comfortable as a good resin IEM. The mirror polish finish is extremely reflective, with the faceplate uses a celestial-inspired hexagonal star design. Inside each side, you get 12 drivers, 2 dynamic drivers, 4 balance armatures, and 4 ESTs and 2 bone conduction drivers. And because the impedance is extremely low, this thing is basically a heat detector. Carry a noisy source and it will let you know immediately. Now the sound. Let's start with the biggest surprise, the bass. There's a lot of it, and I mean a lot. The bass image is huge, dense, and constantly sits behind the music, driving everything forward. Kick drums don't just hit, they expand outward like a thick wave of energy. Sub-bass extension is excellent, and every impact carries serious physical weight. This is not delicate, ultra-fast audiophile bass. This is a nightclub bass. Big, bold, and powerful. It works especially well with pop and electronic music, and even makes solos sound larger and more physical. Personally, I'm a bass head, so I'm enjoying it. But if you prefer a restrained low end, well, this may simply be a bit too much. The mid-range is much more balanced. Note density feels natural, not thin, not overly warm or bloated. The timbre is neutral, with very little obvious coloration. Vocals sit slightly behind the instrument, so the presentation isn't especially intimate. But vocal micro details are heavily emphasized. Breathing, lip movement, and tiny changes in airflow are reproduced with almost exaggerated clarity. It feels like the singer has moved closer to the microphone, even though the vocal image themselves remains slightly further back. And now that terrifying looking treble. Despite the enormous 5 to 8 kHz rise, the Maven 3 is not painfully bright. It's only slightly brighter than neutral, with clean note edges, with very little harshness, and excellent upper treble extension. Overtones continue rising naturally, giving the sound a very open, almost vertical expanding character. The stage follows the same pattern. It isn't unbelievably wide. Instead, it's deep and tall, almost like a vertical stretched rectangle. Some extend clearly forward and backward, so front-to-back layering is excellent. You can easily hear each instrument sits and how different sections of mix relate to one another. So overall, Maven 3 is an IEM that has huge bass, surprisingly smooth treble, with excellent extension and a very natural sense of openness. It isn't trying to sound subtle, it's trying to make an immediate impression, and it absolutely does.